Hey everybody, how you doing today? It's me, Chance, and I'm coming at you guys with a finished custom made Anguirus. Yep, I got him all painted up, and I think he looks pretty good. We got the horn there. I did a slightly mache. We got the tusks, which are a mixture of the of a light peach, orange and white. We got some facial markings here that are like in a lighter dark green mix, which is my own personal touch on him, along with the face phalanges there and the crest or the crests there. Yeah. Um, got the tongue here, with some little teeth sticking out right there. The camera would focus. Man, if I had a nickel every time I said that. We got some puncture marks in his mouth, indicating that he was in a fight. Got the other side of his face here. I made it to where, like, whenever the jaw opens and closes, you get this little fleshy piece here that shows. Figure that'd be kind of cool. Speaking of which, we got the crown. The crown there. Nicely painted. It's not bad looking. We got some osteoderms on the side of his neck, which are like a green color, kind of the similar color of the man, my brain is shitting itself today. Oh, there's a paint mishap right there, but man, what you gonna do? Once that crap happens, it happens, you know. I'll explain the bits of white on his shell in a minute, or the carapace. But yeah, these osteoderms are the same color as the crest. It slowly fades into a red. Same thing on this side, into like a dewlap on his neck. Going from here, you got the articulated jaw, and I like it when he looks like this, you know, like has his head a little bit downward. It's cool looking. And then let me see here. Oh shit. And then let me see. We got the eyes here. If everybody sees those. It's got the white and then the black, and then a brown and then a black pupil. And let me turn it around this way. Same thing can be said with this eye. Eyes are easily the hardest thing to do on figurines, in my opinion. This time around with this guy, it wasn't actually. It was his shell. It was the carapace that was the hardest thing to do, as we can see here. All the white pieces on the shell are supposed to represent cracks, and like they ain't just painted on there. Like they're literal sorry literal cracks, like little wavy pieces that I decided to paint to show that the cracks on the shell, showing that he's been in fights, along with the bloodied scar on his snout. That, well, actually, I guess it ain't a scar. That's a fresh cut, isn't it? So he was in a fight with something recently. Probably heal. Let me see here. Let me go down. There we go. Yep, get him in a nice light there. By the way, all the Christmas stuff around me is families getting ready to decorate and all that. Hence the Santa behind me. How you doing, good sir? It's been a fat minute since I've seen you. Yes. Anyway, back onto the review. We got his claws here. With got his claws with like the fading. Let me get my hand underneath him. There we go. We got his legs fading with the color. Little bits and pieces on his toes there. We got the claws underneath the foot. You know, and then the fading of red with the green color on his legs. That's I thought that looked really nice. Another shot of his mouth. Yeah. Not the worst ever, I like it. We got the little bits on his scutes there, another scarred up piece. Hold on a second. Like you guys try to get the clearest view of this, because this was, oddly enough, not as hard as you guys would think it was to make. It's kind of like copy and paste, or whatever the real life equivalent to that is. We got where the shell splits off. Camera would fucking focus. Come on, there we go. So yeah, it starts with a red fleshy skin, goes around the side, meets up with the bottom, and does the same thing for here. And then you start to see the gray skin come back with all the thorns he got on the end of his tail. That was more inspired by the Showa style Anguirus, with going down his tail. He got a little band right there, ending in a prehensile tail. So my Anguirus is kind of like a possum. He could wrap things, or he can grab things with his tail. It was originally going to be a tail spike, but the paint kind of numbed it down and made it look more like the end, like a tail tip. So he's more like, I guess he can grab things with his tail. He's like a possum. Speaking of which, the origins for my Anguirus, aka this guy right here, but first, you got the 3 claws on the bottom foot, and then the two toes on the inside are hooves, which are like a common trait of saurians. But this guy, even though Anguirus is usually an ankylosaur and a mutated ankylosaurus, my Anguirus is actually a saurischian, or a suchin. I believe it's like a suchin. He's a crocodile. He's a species of crocodile, more specifically, a further evolved and eventually irradiated version of a armadillosuchus. So, just to clear that up, I say it again. This version of Anguirus that I made is a highly evolved carnivorous, and eventually mutated by the atomic bomb, similar to how Godzilla was. These guys were what's the word? Yeah, these guys were armadillosuchus that just slowly evolved over time to be bigger and more carnivorous, having a lot more flashy ornaments on their head, along with once they started co-evolving with the Godzilla species, evolving these sharp what's the word, these words? I guess spikes along their carapace. And they they evolved, and then eventually when the H-bomb went off, it mutated them into giant size, giving them a bit more of a what's the word? What is the word? A bit more giant size and sonic roar ability, since I always really liked that ability with Anguirus, the sonic roar. Having that, mutating their vocal cords, where it went from hissing to full-on roaring. But yeah, overall, I think it's a solid Anguirus design. I'd love to see what you guys think of it. And I honestly prefer him being like a type of prehistoric crocodile rather than an ankylosaurus, because look at this thing. Like, in what universe is this thing an ankylosaurus? To me, it's better off just being a highly evolved and eventually irradiated version of a armadillosuchus or a suchin that is closely related. I'm just gonna go with armadillosuchus just because it's more it's more, I guess, official rather than just saying, oh, well, it's one of the creatures related, you know. How would the people know? I don't know. Maybe DNA tests. I mean, there's more than one Anguirus in my world. First one was killed by Godzilla, kind of like in Godzilla Raids Again. I know how original. And then the second one, it pretty much follows the Showa plot. You know, second one eventually teamed up with Godzilla and all that. Godzilla, not Gojira either. You know, like when Godzilla came back through the portal, he was Godzilla, and then him and the first Anguirus fought. You know, yeah. But anyway, everybody have a good day, and glad you guys watch my channel. You know, because you don't have to, you don't have to like and subscribe, but I always do appreciate it. I'll be damned if I ever beg for it, which I won't. I refuse to beg. My subscribers need to be earned by content means. Anyway, everybody have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.